because I've been engaged 3 times.
What?
Yeah. And
How many times?
3.
Oh my God.
Can you disclose too much information on your first date? That's a good question, isn't it? Because you see Chad here, first date, just arrived in Colombia, and the first thing he's revealing is that he's been engaged 3 times. So again, it brings me back to the question, can you disclose too much information on the first date? Because if you can, this guy has already disclosed way too much. I mean, listen.
I got cheated on.
Oh my God.
You know, so
And how long?
all of them were probably about a year.
Okay.
I mean, should you disclose whether you've been cheated on straight away in the first date or not? You know what? I'm one of these people that believes that sometimes it's best to maybe not disclose certain things about yourself. Because sometimes when you disclose certain things about yourselves, you are giving the person that you are dating or you're on a date with a perception of who you are. And sometimes some people can take what you say and then potentially use it in the future as ammo. I mean, listen, let's just put it this way. If my man has sat there and he said, full on with his chest, that I've been engaged 3 times, then he's gone over and said that I've also been cheated on. That means somewhere down the line, if they continue to see each other and he does something weird, something funky, she can easily be like, now I know why you've been engaged 3 times and none of them have actually, followed through to be successful. He could do something else and be like, and then she can be like, now I know why you've been cheated on too. And the reason why this could happen is because, forget about toxic energy, it's just that when you tell someone they've been engaged 3 times and it hasn't worked out and you've been cheated on, it makes people wonder, or at least it would make me wonder, so what did you do to not make it work? So the whole time I would continue talking to that person, actually be there thinking, I really want to know what you did. So you start to really pay attention to their attitude, to their behavior, their body language, everything. Anything and everything, nitpicking. And then boom, something they do, you're like, oh, I wonder if this is it. Now bear in mind, this is something that I do in my own head privately, right? But then there's toxic people who will happily say to you, oh, so this is why you're this and that. But sometimes we've got to be careful about what we disclose because we don't want to build a perception of someone based on what has already happened in our life. We want to build a perception of who we are right now. So therefore that person can take it for who you are. And even if you end up doing those same goddamn things that got you in the shiz in the first place of you being cheated on and basically having failed, engagements or whatnot, I mean, at least that person, if they don't know about it, at least it's like they just, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like you give someone the perception that you're basically a screw up in relationships, they're gonna treat you like that. If you don't give that perception and you allow them just to get to know you for who you are right now at this current moment in time, at least they'll take you for what you want. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And there's no bite back, if you dig what I'm saying. Just my opinion. Obviously, there's certain things that's worth disclosing, but then there's things that I think, is it really that deep? Nope. Hey man, continue.
Okay. Para mí fue muy raro que él me dijera que se estuvo comprometido 3 veces. Nobody's perfect, but it's weird.
So now, naturally she's going to have a backup a little bit like, it is a bit weird, so I wonder what it is. But okay, nobody's perfect. It's nice that she's giving the benefit of the doubt. Seed is now being planted, if you dig what I'm saying. Because now her first perception of him is that there's something weird about him. Something weird has happened in your life. That's the stuff that you want to prevent someone getting to know. Who knows? And this could be a chain of where he's done this with every single person and this is maybe what happens. Be careful what perception you're building of yourself with somebody. Because sometimes when you tell someone about your past and you're building a perception of your past to them, your past to them is their present. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like it's best to allow that person to get to know you, the person that you are at that moment in time, and then somewhere down the line, in a different conversation, different setting, once they've gotten to know you and they know that you're not that person anymore, and they know that they're falling in love, all that kind of stuff. Maybe then, if you want to reveal that you've been cheated on in the past in a random conversation, fair enough. Maybe then you want to randomly, for some bizarre reason, want to reveal that you've been engaged 3 times. All right, fair enough. But that's like later on, once at least you've been able to build the perception of who you are now to them, so they can take it for who you are right now and not take it for who you are, who you were. Now, don't get me wrong, there are certain people that you can tell them straight off the bat and they will still take you for who you are right now and ignore the past. Don't get me wrong, but depends how you wanna go about it, if you dig what I'm saying. We continue.
It takes me a minute to warm up to somebody, but when I do, I'll talk my head off. So I hope I didn't reveal way too much because there was a great energy between
Now bear in mind, my man says there was a great energy until what?
Marie and I, until I told her about my 3 engagements. She got quiet. You know, I don't want her to think that I just play around. I just don't want to screw this up.
I mean, buddy, it's funny because last week this guy introduced himself by saying that American women were the problem. His actions tell me that I don't know if that's the case, bro. It seems to me as if you are your own problem with your big mouth disclosing way too much because you got a bit too comfortable too soon. Chad. What we gonna do with you, boy? I mean, listen, at the end of the day, first date and all that. Whether there's gonna be a second date or not, who knows? But I guess we'll find that out obviously within the following week. Obviously bear in mind that on that segment, of course, on that episode. But either way, I'm definitely excited to see how this turns out for him. You know what I mean? I want to see if she takes him for who he presents himself to be as the past man, or if she's gonna take him for who he is currently now and all that kind of stuff. But to be fair, saying that though, even who he's presenting himself to be here right now, I wouldn't say it's that flattening because my man is hella shy, and then when he's not shy, he just talks way too much. That is not a good balance. 1 minute, see if you get a version that doesn't talk at all, or you get the version of him that talks way too much and says way too many things. And you're like, oh, this guy's he's a bit up there still, isn't it? He's a bit of a dodgy one. Yeah, he's a bit wild. He doesn't know when to be quiet. Can he even keep a secret? Man just goes off like he's drunk or something like that. Ay. Well, you guys let me know exactly what you're thinking down below. Don't forget to like, sub, and of course, peace.